This interview is made possible through the generosity of the Phil and Jennifer Satre Family Charitable Fund through the Community Foundation of Northern Nevada.
I was born in Lundale, Arkansas, and I was raised in Tallulah, Louisiana, and that's where I went to school at. Just one teacher in that school. It was a good thing. I had a good family, and the only thing I resented that I had so far to walk to school. But it worked out real good because it was about 12 of us walking together to school, going and coming, but I never had no problem. I had been to Arkansas to my father's funeral, and I drove the truck from Arkansas to Los Angeles. And I was there a month, and we were sent here to be tested. And after we got approved, I drove from LA that evening. I started that evening. My kids and everybody was all upset, me driving by myself. Every time I stopped, I had to call her and let her know I was doing all right. And the last call I called on her, I can remember, she said, "Get in there and go to sleep." But I fooled her, though. I didn't go to sleep. I kept driving until I got to that hotel. And that's the week that I started at the hotel being an operator. And I've been a telephone operator until I resigned from the airport. My neighbor, Evelyn Davis, knew about me in LA at school. And she told me, she said, "We could feed these needed people here in this building." And she and I started going by ourselves. So it came to us that no, we need to start somewhere else. So the people at the airport, you know, the girls that was working with me would tell me, said, "I got somebody over here that need food." And the 5 of us would go and buy food and make up their bags. And then when they learned that in my department, they learned what we was doing, they'd get together and make up bags. And now Evelyn would deliver them to the people. That's how we got started here. And afterward, my husband and I started organized this. That's my husband up there on the wall. See him on the top there? That's him. And we were married almost 25 years. His name was Leon Mount. We decided instead of just having just a little, we'd go and make, you know, about 5 or 6 for this building over here, 5 or 6 over there. And that's why I got started, and it's been going ever since. A lot of times, people would come in that line out there crying. A lot of times, people would come up to the door crying and said, "Oh, I was told that you could help." And I cut it off right there. "Don't cry. Do you need food or do you need clothes?" And if they said both, I said, "Okay, come on in. When you get your food, there's the clothes out there." You can see it on their face. You can see when a person is ashamed and afraid to ask you for help. And you go to me, I tell them, I said, "Okay now, let's not look like that. Let's not be like that." I said, "Let's be honest." And that's the way I get it out of them. But it's just people in need. We was raised to look out for your friend before you look at yourself. And then my auntie was sewing clothes for them. They would take flour sacks and wash them and bleach them out and make them white and make clothes for people. And they would sew and make clothes for people. We could not eat unless we gave a report that our neighbors down the street, around the curve, around the bank, had food to eat. And everybody was satisfied. And then we could come home and eat, have our prayer, and sit at the table and eat. And he said, "Are you sure they had?" And if they asked them the next day, "Did you all have anything to eat last night?" If they said no, we were in trouble. But if they said yes, everybody was blessed.